Hearken, my lords and ladies, to an exhibit that tells a tale of adventure where fact is as fascinating as fiction.
We are at the Houston Museum of Natural Science on the 3rd floor in an exhibit called Nights. It recently opened, will be here until May of 2018. It is an exhibit that is put together with medieval armor that came from one museum, the Stafford Museum in Florence, Italy. That museum has about 50,000 pieces of armor from all over the world from different time periods. This one in particular has medieval armor. So we have armor to protect people, armor to go into battle and jousting with, and also weapons to fight on the battlefield. We have the story of the demise of armor. We have around the corner a display of 4 pieces. It's chest armor with a dent, the barrel of a gun, the flintlock mechanism to make the bullet go through the barrel, and a small powder container. So these are the dots you can connect, and they herald the end of the function, protective function of armor. And then we also have the revival of all things knights in the 1800s, 1700s, 1800s, even 1900s, when people still felt like it was cool to walk around with armor, even though militarily speaking it made no sense. Technically speaking, Middle Ages started in the year 500, more or less, after the fall of the Roman Empire. It takes another 600 years by about 1100 that we start to see these notions and concepts of chivalry blossom, evolve, develop into what we know as jousting. And so with jousting you have competition. Knights are in full armor, like the guy right over my shoulder, but it's armor meant to protect when they go at each other. They're not protected to fight each other, to kill each other. This is to protect against lances, jousting spears coming at you. But that was only to hit your left-hand shoulder. I have also made the analogy that for jousting purposes, for example, the knight was protected, just like a quarterback was protected. In both cases, jousting and football, there is no intent to kill or maim. Shouldn't be. In warfare, yes. And so a soldier today would have ballistic armor, Kevlar vest, Kevlar helmet, all of that. Just like a knight going to war would have a different outfit than what we see here. This is jousting, not fighting. On the battlefield, that is. So they had 2 different kinds, and there are similarities today as well. Different technologies, but same idea. So they had elements of chivalry, honor, duty that have become associated with medieval knights ever since then. Not necessarily before, mostly after 1100. That is when you start seeing, even before the romanticistic period or romantic period, when you had those notions in the 1800s that it was cool to be a knight. Way before that, 800 years earlier, 700 years earlier, people already had those concepts in the Middle Ages of chivalry, honor, and duty. It might surprise you, there are many tournaments today, not just at the Renaissance Festival, but in other parts of the state. We went with the museum in March to a venue in Austin where jousting is practiced. There are jousting events all over the United States, in Canada, even Australia, and certainly in Europe. So there's a lot of living history around, still based on the knowledge that we have from the Middle Ages. So there's great interest in general on behalf or on the part of people who have the means to reenact, have the means to have the horse, maintain the horse, and also buy the armor today. But then when they reenact these jousting events, more so than fighting events, there's huge crowds that come because they're interested still. So there's that allure, that romantic idea of way back when, and you want to know more. And people who are today reenacting, or we here at the museum who take people through, will gladly share with you what we know about what is true and what is not.
Knights will be holding court at the museum through May 2018. For more information, visit www.hmns.org. For Day Trips, I'm Stacee Hawkins.